Namaste, namaskar everybody. I hope you're doing well and having a happy-go-lucky day. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things I love and hate about Medellín. You may agree with some of it and some of it you may not. So let's go into the video. I hope you enjoy it. I don't like, or you want to say hate, about Medellín is just the traffic has gotten worse over the years. It's just traffic about all the time, and you're not going to move around quickly unless it's a holiday and everybody's asleep. One of the things I do love about Medellín is it looks so modern in many areas, so modern. Another of the things I love about Medellín, it's just so green, the green corridors. It's the greenest city in the world in terms of green spaces. Look it up. One of the things I do not like about Medellín or hate is the fact that motorists, motorcyclists, drivers, car drivers are very imprudent. They don't use signals a lot of the times, many times, or sometimes, and they just come in your way. It is what it is. They just get in the way, they cause accidents, cars, buses, taxis. It is what it is, and those of you who know what I'm talking about because you're Colombian American like me, or you're Colombian, or you've been living here for a while and you've been on the road a lot on a motorcycle or in a car, you know what I'm talking about. Straight, but I couldn't have the camera on. Of course, a little freaking motorcyclist just got in my way, had the turn signal to go in to change lanes, and the guy saw it and he switched in from the other stuff, almost hit the truck. And then, even though it was his fault, usually in Colombia, if you don't have the evidence, you have to be careful when driving here, because the motorcyclists, a lot of them are pieces of crap. Sorry to say, but it's true. And a lot of the Colombians that are watching this know that for a fact, that are drivers like me, or that I used to be a motorcyclist too, and I used to see how all that was just, I just got angry. Another thing is that it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, is the rain. That sometimes it rains a lot over here in Medellín or in Envigado, even though this is about Medellín. I mean, Envigado's right next door. So yeah, it's beautiful, keeps it lush and green, but sometimes you just want to go out running or mountain biking, and sometimes it rains a lot for days during the time you want to go out. Another thing I love about Medellín is got two very good bus terminals. This is the north bus terminal that serves the northern part of the country into Bogota, and the southern bus terminal near Poblado, or in Poblado, serves the southern part of the country in general. And just look at the quality of the buses. The big ones are for long distance. The smaller ones are for the state here within the department. One of the things I hate about the city of Medellín is look at the smog. There's so much contamination, so much pollution. If you check out the air quality index on the different apps or websites on the internet, you'll find out that it is not that good. And there is a lot of smog. Look at that towards the south. And then towards the north here, towards Bedro and everything, you still see it. Hi, how are you? Do I look that American or that much foreign? I don't know. Some people say yes, some people say no. One of the things I love about Medellín is that Medellín has a very integrated metro system. Great public transportation all around in general. It gets you all over the place. You don't need to rent a car here. You really don't need to rent a car. They keep them clean, these stations. And there are these green buses that are affiliated with the metro station, or white and green in some places, or in Envigado they're a little different color, even though Envigado is another city. So you can get around. You don't need to rent a car here. But if you're going outside the city to like Oriente Antioqueño or whatever for exploring for 2 or 3 days, then rent a car or get around by bus over there. But it would be a little more complex. It seems like Colonel Sanders is doing his promotional stuff here. And even at this hour, like 9:15 a.m. on a Monday morning, it's busy. But the rush hour passed between 5:30 in the morning and about 8 something. Now, to be getting on the metro and everything and top off this thing or whatever, reloaded with money, is going to cost you 11,500 pesos. That's about almost $3. And then each thing, how much money you want to put into it, because the metro usage is about 3,000 something pesos, and if you use a bus that is linked to it within 90 minutes, it's just a little fee to it. That's it. Keep it loaded so you don't have to make lines. Things I hate about sidewalks in Medellín is that they're not uniform, and some of these things might be slippery when wet. This right here, they're not slippery, but just a little bit, unless you have really slippery soles on your shoes. And sometimes you might have not a missing manhole, but the things they use to check the water
gauge or whatever that is. That's what I'm referring to. Sometimes they steal a little part, or sometimes they steal a bigger part, and you can put your foot in there, get hurt, and who's going to respond for that? Not the city. That's a long shot and a half. Here's an example of another one. These things are not replaced. They go sometimes years without being replaced. And do you want to mess up your vacation by having a sprained ankle or a fractured ankle or foot? The thing I love about Medellín is that you see so many people. If you want to see people, you come to downtown Medellín, or you go to Poblado or Laureles around like 70. It's really enjoyable when you want to see a lot of people. I live in the countryside in solitude and very few neighbors, very few people around me, so that's good. The thing I love about Medellín is that they do have a lot of vegetarian restaurants and vegan restaurants. This is one over here, and it's great food, and it's like a community place. Like there could be a table for 3 but only one person sitting there. And if you come in, usually you can sit with that person because it's like a community-based situation. Great daily lunch special or even breakfast. And Colombo Americano is right over there, so you can get your bearings straight. And what was that little sound? Since I got distracted by that loud sound, you can look on TripAdvisor and it'll give you a lot of recommendations of the vegetarian restaurants they have here in Medellín. You got a lot in El Poblado, you got a lot around Laureles, and you got about 4 or 5 downtown. Here downtown there's another one somewhere up that street about Lentil Express or something. One of the things I do hate about Medellín is that the homeless are not being helped that much, or maybe they are but they don't want to be helped more. And then this park is flooded with that, and that guy was covering his face. And I recommend you don't come around here in case you are fearful, if you are afraid of certain situations. This is not as a safe place as maybe Parque Berrío would be, but it's better to go with the Medellín city walking tours. They're free. Look them up, and they're tip or donation based. But these people here, some of them are looking at me like, what are you doing with the camera, man? One of the things I hate about Medellín is that when I'm walking on this street, and I've been filming in the past with my GoPro or with my smartphone, making a video, the ladies here that are really ladylike don't like it, and then they get cranky. Some of them have even insulted me. Why are you filming? Looking at me dirty, and stuff like that. One of the things I hate about Medellín, it's too warm for my taste and too humid. Temperatures sometimes around 80, 82, and then get it up to 85, 86, and sometimes can feel even like 90 degrees Fahrenheit with the humidity. It's not my type of place. The contamination, I told you about that already, the air quality. Another thing that I love about Medellín, and it's Colombia in general, is that people here are very nice, very friendly in general, and especially in the smaller places inside Medellín, like Belén and whatever. If you're on the park and you say good morning, they say good morning back. You say buenos dias, and they respond buenos dias. And maybe you might talk for a minute or two, and they go about your business. The thing that I love about Medellín is you find these exotic fruit like zapote, and then some tangerines, and really cheap prices from those push carts in downtown Medellín rather than the regular supermarket. Things to watch out for. That's why I said I hate this part of Medellín, and it's been there for a long time. Those don't get changed. One of the things I hate about Medellín is if you're in downtown Medellín here, or sometimes just walking around some area, it could be Poblado, it could be Laureles, one of the neighborhoods, yeah, you can have your phone snatched from you. Here there are a lot of snatchings that take place, that somebody gets their phone or their camera snatched out of their hand. So be careful. That's one of the things I do hate, but me, doesn't affect me because I'm always aware of my surroundings, but you guys may not be. So be careful. This is Parque Berrío, downtown Medellín. It's not somewhere you want to be doing what I'm doing with a GoPro action camera here. Another thing I love about Medellín, and I'm going to end it with this video, with this clip, is they do have a tram way here, the tram line, and we got escalators to go up. It's very accessible to people with handicaps. You got a public bathroom here in downtown where you pay to go in. A public bathroom, no, public toilet. So there are a lot of things to love and hate about Medellín, and it's mostly love on my part. So that's it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I don't know how long it is, but anyhow, hope you have a beautiful, happy-go-lucky day in life, and until next time, enjoy. So that concludes what I love and hate about Medellín. Basically, one of the last things I love about Medellín is it's the #1 city in the world that has the most green spaces. You saw that in one of my driving videos before. And that's it. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've tried to tone down my voice in terms of speaking so quickly, but sometimes I'm just too revved up. But I'm gonna keep it more conscious, be more aware of that. I hope you're having a happy-go-lucky day in life. Until next time. And remember, I do have services. I'll leave the video link at the end here.